Hey, Andrew here for mynexttablet.com. Today with an unboxing of the Xiaomi Mi Pad 3, which is a 7.9-inch Android tablet that is available for a couple of months now. Yeah, and in this video we want to take a closer look at this new tablet. There already has been a tablet from Xiaomi called Xiaomi Mi Pad and Mi Pad 2. The Mi Pad 2 was running Android and Windows depending on the version you're getting. This one is Android only. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting tablet because it is quite cheap. With a special deal, with a coupon, you can get it for 229 US dollars, which is relatively cheap. You can check out the coupon in the description. And yeah, you can order it from several shops from China. I got it from GearBest. They send it to me to review. And yeah, inside the box is this quick start guide. It's all in Chinese, but yeah, we don't really need a quick start guide. Then we've got a normal power plug here, and then of course a USB cable, and this is a standard USB to USB Type-C cable. So it has a USB Type-C port. And that's pretty much it, nothing else inside the box, so we can take a look at the tablet itself, which is here. I already connected to Wi-Fi and to my Google account, and I even installed a couple of apps just to try it out. And yeah, let's take a look at the hardware first. We've got a 7.9-inch display that is the same size like the iPad mini, and in fact this tablet is pretty similar to the iPad mini. It has the same resolution at 2048 by 1536, so it's quite a high resolution, a really nice pixel density. Above the display we've got a 5-megapixel camera, and then on the bottom here the three typical Android buttons for home, back, and this multitasking button. Let's go around the device further. We've got a USB Type-C port on the bottom. Then we've got two speakers here, a 13-megapixel camera, a microphone, and yeah, a really nice aluminum body. It really feels quite high-end. Even though it is a cheaper tablet, the build quality is really excellent. Like, you have the feeling of holding a pretty expensive tablet, even though it is relatively cheap, a lot cheaper than the iPad mini, for example. Alright, what else do we have? We've got a volume rocker here, power button, then we've got a headphone jack on the top, on this side nothing, and as I said, the USB Type-C port. Yeah, you might be missing one feature, and that is the micro SD card slot, because there is no micro SD card slot. Maybe Xiaomi copied a bit too much from Apple here, but we have 64 GB of internal storage, which is quite a lot for a cheap tablet, so you actually do not need a micro SD card slot. At least most people won't need it. Inside here runs a MediaTek processor. It's an hexa-core chip with 6 cores. 4 of those are clocked at 1.7 GHz and the other 2 at 2.1 GHz. And we're also getting 4 GB of memory inside. So the performance should actually be quite nice. It won't be as good as the Samsung Galaxy Tab S3, which is a lot more expensive, but it will be similar to the Asus ZenPad 3 S10, which has the same chipset inside, same amount of RAM, and yeah, the performance should be pretty similar. And I already reviewed the ZenPad 3 S10 and didn't have any complaints there concerning the performance. Alright, let's take a look at the operating system. On here runs Android 7.0 Nougat, and there we have it. If we double tap it, we will see this Nougat logo. And as you can see, Xiaomi did customize the interface quite a lot. It's called MIUI 8, and it doesn't look like vanilla Android at all. One big difference is that all the apps that you're installing are landing directly on the home screen. There's no app drawer, not this app menu, where you can usually see them in Android. Instead, everything is right on the home screen. Obviously, you can sort it with folders and so on. And everything else looks a bit different too, but it's basically the same settings that we know from Android. Not too much special there. If we go into the settings, I hope you can see that a bit. Let me just adjust the brightness here so that you can see the settings. Yes, now you can see it. And yeah, there we see the hexa-core processor, 4 GB of RAM, a couple of software customizations that Xiaomi is giving us. One quite nice thing is that you have to activate first is the double tap to wake feature. So if the tablet is shut off, you just double tap it and then it gets unlocked. That is pretty useful. We've known this from LG, Huawei, and I believe Nokia had this feature as well at some point, and Xiaomi does too. And that is pretty useful, especially with this device, because we do not have a fingerprint reader, so you can unlock it pretty fast just by double tapping. Another software feature that I've noticed, let's go here, is a quick ball, and with that you just have shortcuts on the side here. You can make screenshots, or you can configure it however you like. You could put any app on it. I already put, just for fun, Rayman on there. And this quick ball, you can access it from any app everywhere. So you have access to shortcuts pretty fast. As I said, you can customize it, put different functions to it, or launch different apps. You can also deactivate it if you don't want this quick ball here. Alright, let's just take a look at the pre-installed apps. There are not a lot of apps pre-installed, which is really nice. I will adjust the brightness just a bit because the background here is quite dark. What do we have? We've got a weather app, calendar app, a notes app, a file manager app, a radio app, and that's kind of it. So really just basic standard apps pre-installed. The Google Play Store is installed as well. The Gmail app is installed, but I installed the Chrome browser myself, YouTube, and the games myself, so they are not pre-installed, but obviously you can just install them from the Google Play Store. Xiaomi is even offering us their own browser, which you can use, but I just thought I will install the Chrome browser, and let's just open mynexttablet.com just to browse around a bit. But as I said, the MediaTek processor really should be fast enough for most things. I already played with this tablet for a couple of hours, and I didn't notice any performance issues at all. It seemed to work pretty good so far. Let's just open a couple of games. Let's play Rayman Adventures. As I said, I already installed two apps from the Play Store, two games from the Play Store, and just to check them out if they run. But they did run Rayman Adventures once very smoothly. They are connecting to the server now, and let's just start this game here. Let's just start any level, and there we go. Let's see what we have to do. Okay, now we can run and jump around here. So as you can see, that runs pretty smoothly. Yeah, nothing to complain about here. I already played one or two levels, I believe it's one level, and I didn't have any issues, so it seemed to work pretty nicely. Alright, let's just quit this. You can use this quick ball here to go to the home screen, but obviously you can use the button here, the typical home button as well. Let's quickly start Asphalt Extreme. I played a couple of races here as well, and I didn't notice any performance issues. As I said, the performance won't be as good as the performance of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S3, which I reviewed recently, but that one is much more expensive, so that's what you might expect. Alright, let's start a race here and just play a bit. So the graphic looks very nice. I didn't notice any differences in the graphics compared to the iPad 2017, which I recently reviewed as well with this exact game, and yeah, looks pretty similar, and I don't expect any performance issues here. Obviously, sometimes with this game on a lot of tablets, you might see now and then frame drops, but for me it's always hard to notice. I'm not a super gamer. I usually only play games for these reviews, and seems fine so far. Yeah, really nothing to complain. It runs smoothly, the controls work nicely, and we've got this quick ball here as well if you want to. Oh, but then it freezes. That's certainly, oh no, it just stopped. Alright, and I think that's a good point to end the game with a total crash. Alright, let's just go out here, and that's just what I wanted to show you. Nothing much else, as I said, really not a lot of games pre-installed, a couple of widgets here that you can customize obviously. And yeah, so far my first impressions are pretty good. Obviously I have to start my real review now with the battery test, benchmark test, and so on. And I will definitely compare it with the iPad 2017 and maybe the Lenovo Tab 3 Plus, the 10-inch version. And yeah, try to work with this a bit with the keyboard maybe. It should support USB OTG, so you should be able to connect a keyboard to it, or with an adapter add a micro SD card or normal SD card with a USB Type-C adapter. So that's certainly what I will try out. Alright, this is a quick hands-on and quick unboxing with the Xiaomi Mi Pad 3. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, just write me in the comments if I should try any specific app or try anything specific. Just write it and then I might include it in my final review of the Xiaomi Mi Pad 3. I'm NJ from mynexttablet.com. Thanks for watching.